Hello, fellow gamers. I am your host, Brent Justice, and welcome to my gaming channel, Justice Gaming. I am once again in Fallout 4 today to show you an old settlement build that I did circa 2016 to 2018. This one in particular was probably in 2018. This is one of the later builds I did in the game, and it's not quite complete. In fact, it's far from complete. So if you are wondering what I'm doing, I'm going through Fallout 4 and showing you all old builds that I have done in Fallout 4 previous, several years ago, that I either finished or didn't finish for the goal of doing new builds in the future. I want to replay the game, which I will do a playthrough for, and make new builds. But before I do that and destroy everything that I have, I want to show you what I did do previously, because I am quite proud of those builds, or some of them, and I want to just show you what I have done. So I am in Sunshine Tidings Co-Op in Fallout 4 today to do a full commentary walkthrough of my settlement build tour in Fallout 4. That's what we are here for today. And as I said, this one not complete at all. It's about midway there, but it's not complete at all. There's really not a lot to show you in this particular build right now, but I can at least show you what I finished. And in the future, of course, I will do a whole new build here in this area with a unique idea. Now, for this particular theme or idea, it was very rustic. I did not want to use a lot of modern building materials or mods or that sort of thing for this particular build. So this one is very rustic and old school. It's using just basic Fallout 4 materials that are in this game. I did not use any mods in this particular build. So luckily there's nothing missing for me right now since it's been years later, but I also never really finished this build, so you know, it is what it is. It's a little light on the build. But anyway, let's walk up to it and I will show you what I'm talking about. First thing is I have a very rustic entrance to this area. It's got a fence that goes all the way around. The entire thing is fortified. I like to build my settlements with walls. So I'm using the rustic metal walls for this one, which I thought looked actually quite good here for this area. I have turrets hidden away in these little alcoves here, which I quite liked because that was a good place to stick a turret but also hide it so you don't see them until you come right up upon the gate. So if your intentions are negative, you will get shot, but you won't know it till you get up here. So I kind of like that hidden aspect of the turrets. Also, these little alcoves have doors on them, so people can come through the doors from the inside and do maintenance and on the turrets. Then we have the main gate. So let's open it, and welcome to Sunshine Tidings Co-Op. Soon as you enter, got a nice couple of lamps to light the entranceway. We have a guard right on the front, so if the turrets don't get you, the guard is on lookout, and he's got a nice fire barrel to keep him warm and give him light. Another fire barrel over here, and as I said, these turrets, you can access them this way also, which I kind of liked that idea of being able to like use these doors if we didn't want to go around the main gate, kind of sneak out around there. As we come through here, we first come to this little shed, which is basically just a room for somebody to stay in. A nice little shack for somebody to stay in. Got a rusty bed and old couch and storage facility here. Just a cheap, small little place to be. Nothing in particular. The main building here, that was there already, and so was that building over there. And of course, all the houses here were here already. And basically, the idea is the walls come right up next to them, protects the whole thing, and then I would decorate each house. I do not have all the houses decorated, however, so that is unfortunate, but this one is an idea of what it would be like. They would have some furniture outside, have a table, and some chairs, and then they would be decorated inside. Oh, I guess I did have a mod that's missing. That was supposed to be a fireplace right there. Well, anyway. Okay, so we have a desk here in the corner, a dresser, a bed, couch, 2 couches, one that way and one that way so they can sit and relax, a table for eating. A problem here, we got a table inside of this case that's not supposed to be, but it is. And right here I did have a fireplace, so I did have a mod in this one. It was a fireplace that made it look cool, and then I had that as the fire inside the fireplace, but unfortunately that mod is missing right now, so you can't see that, but it was pretty cool. It was like a fireplace back there. And that's kind of my idea, or would have been, I should say, my idea for this settlement is that each house would just be decorated well, and you know, they'd have a fireplace in each house so they would have fire or warmth. And each house also gets a generator for power. Very rustic, just a generator outside and a power cable through the window. And as I said, the fence goes around the entire area. And we got a bench back here, and there's the generator for this building. Now this building I did build. This building was not here. This is my creation here. This is your buy, selling, and trading area. And I really like what I did there with the kind of front-facing part sticking up, and then the overhang here. Gives it a nice kind of old Western store look to it. It's kind of what I was going for there. And then some nice ambient orange lighting, which I thought looked really cool. You've got armor and gun shop, and I used different textures for those. And yeah, I love the way that these displays fit right in there perfectly to this area here. And this is a really good build that I like. Oop, I do that every time. Go away. And then this little extension on it. I like this extension because what that is storage. That is where the armory and gun shop stores its stuff. And then outside of that, we have some cases and barrels, and just tried to make it look really junked up here. Make it look really rustic, you know, lived in. And like there's a lot of shipments that, that come here, and they drop off and leave things. So I liked that. Let's go inside for a second. So on the inside they had some chairs here so they could relax, and just imagine on these back walls would be like rows of shelving where they would keep things for people. And then you can see behind the shelving here, and then up the stairs, because this is an actual incline here. And this is the storage unit, and they have a light in here, but this is where they would store all the goods, so they would be safe. They would be protected. But that gives them a lot of room, and yeah, that's this whole building really came together well for me. I'll get that later. That's in a... I cannot reach it at the moment. Just ignore that. Sorry about it. Sorry about the phone there. I apologize. As you can see, the fence comes all the way through here. I'm just showing you how the whole thing is surrounded by fence. Now this house here is pretty raggedy. I did not do anything to it, or did I? No, I didn't. I didn't repair it. I probably would in the future or do something to it. Yeah, I put a little bit of furniture in here, or there already was furniture, I guess. Nah, I didn't really do anything to this house. But just imagine, as that house is down there, all of these houses would have been decorated similarly. Now, what I did here on this backside, which is pretty cool, is I put a wall here, and then I put stairs going up to this, like, path to walk across back here behind the houses. And I imagine this would be for the guards guarding this area. They could come up here and walk back and forth up here and kind of keep an eye on the wasteland, you know, in the distance, and keep an eye on everybody and everything out there. Just an area for the guardsmen to walk back and forth on. Now, this other building to the left of me that you're seeing here is another one that I built. Another general store area. So here's the idea, is in this build I was kind of experimenting with different types of shops, like how you could devise or build different kinds of shops that looked different, right? So this one has a different look than that one. That one has a short overhang. It's got that kind of front panel at the top that's going halfway up and down. It's got the display units there, and then it's got the extension to the side of it for their storage, right? This one is different. It is a little slanted. It's got a very long overhang coming out front ways, and it's got an older style display. And then he has a door here, and basically his shop is in here, and then he stores everything just right in here behind him. And there would be a lantern hanging here. The hanging part's missing for light. I did it again. Sorry about that. My finger keeps hitting the darn button. And this one's in green light as well, lit up with the green ambience. That's orange, that's green. Unfortunately, I didn't do any more of those in this area, but the idea for this is I was experimenting with, how can I build different kinds of storefronts and make them look different and unique and rustic. And so that was the idea there. So I liked how those came together. And like I said, these other houses, I didn't work on any of them. So this one's boarded up, in fact, because it's open back there. Yeah, I didn't do anything in these. I just put a little generator there to give it some electricity for a light. That's all I did. Also, I did the same thing here where I have that walkway going by behind it, because there's a fence here. But what it also does is provides a little bit of like a wall type feature without having a blank wall, without just using a wall. I was trying to also figure out different ways I could wall things in without using the same wall texture. I wanted to use different kinds of wall textures to surround the area and not make it all look monotone. So I used this walking pathway as kind of like a wall as well. So you have the original gating here, metal gating, but then you have this like walkway path which is very high, and so they can't get on top of. That also acts as kind of like a wall. Sure, you can still get through it. It's not bulletproof, but it's a ruggedy, rusty kind of wall. That's what I was going after with that. And so I just like how different wall sections of this area are walled in like that, with different kinds of walls, because I was really trying to experiment with that rustic look in this one. And we'll quickly go over here to this house and also show you I did not do anything with this house, except I've got a generator and a light, fireplace looking thing with nothing in it. And again, all of these would have been fixed up. And then more of the wire gating, but it goes taller here. So now, again, a different type of wall section to wall us in, but now it's just wire gating. And then I've put a little gate here so you could walk out from behind. So this place has 3 different entrances. It's got the main entrance over there, and then it's got this entrance here. Unfortunately, right now it's not guarded and there are no turrets, but in the future, if I had done anything with this, I would have added some defenses to this area. And again, wired in. And before we go to this house over here, let's take a quick tour, because you're probably wondering, what the heck is this monstrosity that I've built? Well, this monstrosity is because of the terrain in this area. The terrain here is very hilly, hard to walk on, and there was, let me go around here because you can kind of see it, this huge rock. Look at this huge rock just right in the middle of this area, which made it very difficult to walk through every time. It's on such a steep hill, and then it's got this rock, and I was like, this place is so hard to keep walking back and forth through this area. I'm going to make it easy for my settlers, right? So I built this ramp system that just ramped up right over the rock. And then here's the platform. There's even stairs on this side. They come right up to the platform, and they're over the rock, and they can just walk down to the other side. So now they have an easy walking path back and forth between there, and they don't have to worry about this darn big rock that's just sticking right out of the way here. So that's what I do. When something's sticking up out of the way, I just put a ramp right over it. And that just makes it easy. So that was kind of an interesting little build item for that area. Just a ramp. Nothing special, but gets you through without having to worry about the terrain difference. Again, this house, I didn't do anything here. There's a generator and a light. I would have done more. Now this side of the fence is, again, a different kind of fencing material. This one's wood, and it's staggered and going down there. And then I do have a turret up here faced out toward that way to shoot anybody coming up to it. Imagine I would have put some more turrets around more of the sides. And then we come to this house. Again, I didn't do anything here. We're not even going to go in it because I didn't do anything to it. There's basically, I don't know what's going on here. I guess I gave it electricity, but I really didn't do anything inside. I know I didn't. Maybe I did. Let me take back my words here. Wait a minute. Did I do something in here? Well, this door is not working correctly, that's for sure. I can't even get in it. Maybe I did build a bathroom in here. Okay, so I was experimenting with building a bathroom and a stove and a desk. So I did put a few things in here, but obviously it's completely bonkers at the moment. That door is broken. This is the third entrance. So I mentioned there were 3 entrances. This is another one. 2 lights by the side. This is a metal door and a metal entrance. And it's kind of like a side entrance to the place. Nothing special, just a door. And then we come to this building, which was already here, and I didn't do anything in here, but imagine I would fix the windows, I would board it up so that it was a little more stable, and I'd make this a kitchen or a common room, a common area, is what I would have made this. That's not a door. So that's what I would have done with all of that. And I did give it some lights outside, or it is a door, and a generator and a cooking place. Yeah, I would have done a lot more to this area, but right now, not. And then back to the metal walls that surround the whole area and our guard. Let's quickly go to the inside area. I didn't do anything really to this shed area. There's a chemistry table and the original workshop and a grill and a chair. I mean, I don't really know what I would have done with this, to be honest with you. I don't know. There's a lot of things that I could have done. I'm actually interested in your ideas. What would you do with this space here? This barn that's just out here and a broken door. I don't even think you can scrap that. But if I could, I guess I would repair the doors. I don't know what I would make it though. That's the big question. I don't know what I would do with it. I guess it would just be the workshop. I mean, that's what it seems to me, right? Let it go ahead and just continue to be a workshop. Maybe armor. Put your armor things there and stuff. Seems about the best use of it. And then we have fences around here because this is the farming area that we're standing in. And this one here too. I've got gates that open up here on both sides actually. And this was the farming area, this side and then over there. So there's a lot of farming space inside this area too. And that's pretty much my tour. This one is very light. Like I said, it's small, it's light. There really wasn't a lot for me to show you in this one. Mainly the biggest things I guess you can take away is just my construction of the different shops here. And maybe what I would have done to the housing inside. I do like this area to build in though, because the houses are already here. You have a real good footprint for doing something awesome here, I think. You know, you could repair up the houses or you could leave them like this and then decorate them or not. I mean, you really do a lot with this area, Sunshine Tidings. There's a lot of potential here, actually. And in the future, I look forward to doing more with this area. But right now, it's light. There's really not a lot here to show you. It just is what it is. But I wanted to show you what I have done anyway, even though it's incomplete. Just to give you an idea of what I have had done in the game a long time ago. So that's a short one, and that's it. We're going to call it on this one. We'll move on to the next one, because that's all there is to show here. That's it. That's all I got. But I do appreciate you watching this. If you watched all the way through, thank you for that. If you like what you see here, consider subscribing to the channel, giving the video a like. I will have more builds coming to show you, so stay tuned for that. Thank you for watching.